Today we're taking a look at the 2018 Nissan Altima. Now in this video we're going to be covering what features are new for 2018 model year. Now the model we're taking a look at today is the SR. Now we're not going to go into in-depth features with the SR. We're only going to be covering what features are added for the 18 model year or what changes have been done. Now I don't have all of the trim levels available at hand, so I cannot go trim by trim level and give you an idea. So we're just gonna have to use this SR and kind of take it from there. Okay, but to start, let's start off with some of the most important safety features that is now standard on the 2018 Nissan Altima. For starters, you now have automatic emergency braking standard on all the trim levels, so there's no options to have. Even the most basic model is now going to have this very important safety feature, so in case of an accident it can actually bring itself to stop, if not slow down, to either avoid or lessen a collision. So it's really good that Nissan is now putting it standard on this most basic model. So this, of course, being the SR, it does have it, but even if you were looking at the S model, you would still have that feature included. Now, one of the nicest, I guess most elegant changes you can say is in this SR model. As you can see, this nice, beautiful, it's called Scarlett Ember color, is brand new for the 2018 model year. So we're taking a look in the sunlight where you can really appreciate the beauty. Now, on camera might not look as good, but definitely in person, something you're going to want to take a look at. So again, it's the Scarlett Ember color. I do believe these are going to be incredibly hard to keep in stock and find, so whenever, if you do happen to find one, make sure to jump on it. I don't picture this color being readily available. Now, aside from the color, one of the biggest, coolest features, let's go ahead and hop inside. This one's not going to have it, but if you could just visualize it with me, it would help out a lot. So let's go ahead and hop inside. Now, this is the SR model. Later throughout the year, early 2018, on the SR model, you're going to be able to get a special edition package. Now, what that special edition package is going to bring is the availability of Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. So this infotainment screen that we're taking a look at right now is fairly similar to what was in the 17 models and 16 model on the SR. It's just your basic Bluetooth audio, FM, AM, CD player. But now, finally, for the first time ever, if you get the special edition package on the SR, which again is going to be available not yet but later on, you're going to be able to get a touchscreen navigation finally with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay compatibility, as well as remote engine start and prima-tex seats. So it's going to actually change up the seats that we have here. So this is the standard SR seats, which feature, of course, these nice leather bolsters on the sides. But a little bit later on, with the special edition package, is going to be the first time ever on an SR with navigation. So definitely worth a buy. Now, moving on from SR and stuff, one thing you're going to notice as well is the steering wheel. Okay, so it's actually a lot thicker. The leather wrap steering wheels on the SR, SV, SL, and above have actually changed from previous years. So they're a lot thicker and a lot nicer feeling, definitely. You can really feel the difference if you compare it from, even just by looking at it, it is a lot thicker, and the leather material seems to be a lot nicer than the previous model year. Aside from that, the SR model, another change is this specific to the SR trim around the center console and along the sides of the vehicle. Again, this is specific only to the SR, so it definitely is really attractive, and I like how it has kind of a bluish, on camera you might not see it very well, but it has some sort of a bluish hue that really matches the blue stitching and the blue stitching on the seats and on the steering wheel. It's something small, but it really does make a difference here, and it feels a lot better than the previous model year's center console. Now, it is polished, it's really smooth, easy to clean, it's going to be really stain resistant, so something definitely nice that has been added. Other models such as the SV and SL are actually going to have something different than this. It's actually going to be a piano black So it's not going to be a matte black anymore, like on the S model or previous years where they had like a matte black finish. It's not going to be a kind of a glossy piano black, similar to what you're seeing here on the center console. This is actually new as well. Previous models did not have this piano black center console with the entertainment display, and it's, of course, it's piano black on the shift knob. I believe this one is leather wrapped, which is also new for the 2018 model year. SV, SR, and SV next gets a standard leather wrap, and I believe this one has it. Well, I'm not too sure, but it really does feel like it and look like it. But definitely here in the SV model and up, now it's standard to have a leather wrap steering wheel, where previously it was only available on the SL. So pretty much the theme of this 2018 model year change, what you're noticing is that they're adding a lot more standard equipment to the lower end models, making them more premium, and overall just improving on the Altima, which is already a good car. They're making it even better. Now, given we are in the SR, and I am talking a lot about the SR features, it's because it's more that's coming to mind. And one more that I wanted to point out, I don't know if I did, but with the SR with special edition package, you're also going to get remote engine start. So if you're writing this down, comparing the trim levels, what's changing, make sure to note that down for the SR special edition package. It's also going to give you remote engine start. Moving around the cabin, a lot of the features, there's a button layout, a lot of it's the same. I wish I did have another trim level so I can show you in person what changes are coming when you're upgrading to different models. But one thing I did want to point out, I did mention earlier forward emergency braking or automatic emergency braking was standard, but it also now features forward collision warning standard as well. So let's just take another quick walk around the vehicle as I keep talking about other features added here. Again, design body wise it's about the same. The 2018 doesn't feature any significant body redesign or refreshments or anything. So the 2018 is still carryover for the 2017. The only difference is, of course, that addition of more features, standard features, safety features, and of course technology features, such as for the first time Android Auto and Apple CarPlay on a Nissan Altima, which was previously not available. You could only get Apple CarPlay on the Maxima and the Murano. Now, I wish I could show you this one, but later on when we do go in depth with the SR and different trim levels as they become available, we are going to go in depth with the Altima and showcase the Apple CarPlay experience and Android Auto experience, which is definitely something I'm really interested to try in the Nissan Altima for the first time. And now, speaking of course the Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, what's going to change in the navigation system? It's not going to be like the older navigation system that you're used to in the 2017. So if you're interested to see what that looks like, make sure to look up 2017 the navigation system Altima. You'll see that layout, everything. It's going to actually change on this 2018 model year. So the layout is going to be similar to what you would see in the Maxima and the Murano. So that more premium layout of like having a home screen, the layout underneath to be able to click a map, the touchscreen, it's going to be a carryover of that, even in what you're seeing on the Leaf. So a huge improvement. What you're starting to see in the Nissans is that they're all starting to have that home screen with the pinch to zoom and stuff like that. It's incredibly a good system, a good UI. I really love it on the Maxima. I really love it on the Murano. And I'm really glad that Nissan is finally putting that one into the new Leaf and the new Altima. Definitely something, if you have a chance, check it out, and I'm gonna make a video about it when it is available. But again, that's something optional on the SV and SR that's gonna have that. It's also gonna bring with the new UI. It's gonna bring, for the first time on the Altima, HD radio, so a lot clearer sound. Again, like I said, huge upgrade from the 17 to the 18 that we're taking a look at, and all without having to raise the price up any more than the 2017's price. And speaking of the navigation system, or in Nissan Connect services and stuff, for the first time now, also on the 3.5 SL, it's now standard Nissan Connect services, which let you communicate through the vehicle through an app, or through online, through your phone, to be able to turn on the car, turn off the car remotely through your phone, as well as some concierge services and a couple more features that I'll go into once we actually have the vehicle here to show you. And the last and final thing on the 3.5 SL, the top of the line, you now have full range intelligent cruise control standard. No more needing to get any technology package, anything like that. So now on the 3.5 SL, you're gonna have full range, which would bring it to a complete stop, and you can activate at a lower speed intelligent cruise control. Now that is standard now, no options, nothing to get there. So I mentioned the prima-tex seats a little while ago. Once we actually get them, I'll make a video so you can take a look at how that looks there. But pretty much that wraps up the changes. There are a couple minor changes that I didn't cover, but those I do have to wait till I actually have the vehicles with me so you can take a look at. But for now, that's going to wrap up the 2018 changes on the Nissan Altima. Again, I do apologize for not having the specific trims. I can show you the changes throughout the specific trim levels, what features are added, what features are missing, not missing, but standard and no longer optional. But when I do have it, I am going to go in depth in the different trim levels. So make sure to check out the channel where we can go through the S model, SR level, and all those features like that, and compare the different trim levels, even going to more in the SR model that we're showcasing now. And before I forget, the last and final feature is the deletion of the 2.5 trim level, and the 3.5 SR are actually gone as well. So not too many people actually bought those, so you might not miss it. But to recap, now there's a S model, an SR, SV, SL, and 3.5 SL. No more 3.5 SR and no more 2.5. Again, not a huge difference. A lot of people are not going to notice that, but just that's one of the last features I wanted to point out. So thank you for watching. Make sure to check out the channel when we have more Altimas that we can go through, and we're going to go through each one individually. So make sure to subscribe and stay tuned for that.